Welcome back to part 6. Yeah, that's right. Got 6 fingers there. Me, Jeff, and George Gallagher. George, I mean, that song that we just done, Won't Let Go, it was dedicated to your son. Did you sing it to him, did you?
I have done, yeah. I've done. Started crying when I sang. No, I've been trying to sing it and learn it and master that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before I put it out there, it's almost done now. So I'm looking forward to the release of it.
So this is going along with the other tracks because you said about it was CD. What's that about?
Well, sorry, no. This is different. I've done a CD called Lockdown Sessions, which is available now on my website, georgegallaghermusic.com. And yeah, it was just basically, everyone's been asking me during the live, when are you doing a CD? Can I have your CD, this CD? Honestly, it was just, everyone was asking me, so I thought, so I'll finally get round to doing one. And there was just basically a few tracks, all covers of my journey through lockdown, really, from what I've done. Like, so there's the songs that sort of meant a lot or were relevant during 2020 and a little bit of 2021. So that's available online. Yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, so you don't need to get signed now. You were saying about, is anybody signed? He's unsigned.
Unsigned, yeah. To be honest, Jeff, I think I predict in a couple of years there'll be less and less need for all these major labels, because I use a platform myself called DistroKid, and there's many out there. Another one called CD Baby, which allows you to distribute your own music, and you just give I use the one called DistroKid, and you give the platform an annual fee. I think it's about £25, and you can release all your songs on all the platforms: iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, and they sort out all the legal side and the logistics for you. And obviously the labels give you a massive boost, don't they? Like, they can put $500,000 into advertising on billboards and stuff like that. So I'm not saying don't use a label, but I'm just saying if people want to use and want to get the music out there, it's relatively easy. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, you got that diversity where you're thinking, I'm going for it, because you're still living the dream, even though I'm Manga. Manga hold. You didn't pick up on this. Some people might pick up on it. There might be someone somewhere worldwide, by the way, on Facebook. Who's your favourite sort of, like, you got people in America?
100%, yeah. People in America, Australia, South Africa, Israel that watch me streams, which is just fascinating. Wow. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would have never connected with these people if it wasn't for COVID. Do you know what I mean? So it allowed me to start, although I wasn't able to sing on stage, it allowed me to start going down the digital route of doing these live streams, and you're connecting with people all over the world, and I would have never even thought of doing that. So, it's had its advantages.
You might get a phone call from, come to Israel, imagine that. Hey, can you please go play my show? Jump on the bus, let's do it. And you could set your own show up, as I said, because you got that experience behind you. Get to Vegas, you might even get lucky legs to Vegas.
Let's do it. You'll be my first guest, definitely.
Fantastic. So it just goes on and on, the future. You're looking at also with, you had some sponsors as well. What was that about?
Well, yeah, I've had a lot of sponsors sponsoring me live streams since the lockdown, just to sort of keep me financially going as well, and hopefully it helps them as well in the process. But massive thanks to my main sponsor, which has been Aintree Sofas. They sponsored every single stream from, I think, last October up until now. So, massive. They are shut now, obviously. But when they reopen again, please go and check them out, guys. They're wonderful, and best couches in the city.
Best couches from leather to PVC.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So, you talk about Aintree, because obviously you've actually sang at Aintree, haven't you?
Yeah.
The home of the Gran National.
Yes, yeah. Done there a few times again when I that was one of my first gigs with Peggy from the Lily Centre. That was in Aintree Racecourse in one of the function rooms. So Yeah, done there. And then you do parties there and then a few other corporate events because they've got some massive big rooms and it's a lovely venue to look over and stuff. So,
talking about parties, right? You must be. Have you ever been to a party or any story that you think this is just going mad? This. Or the all sorts of civil.
Do you know what, mate? Like it's everyone's. Every party you do that after sort of, as I said to you before, I like to do an early slot, sometimes maybe an hour, and then get out the way. All that like singing past 12 o'clock and whatever, like no one's interested in the singer then. Past like 11:30, they don't want to watch a singer. I wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't. So
people are bevies, aren't they? They talk about some conversation.
I sort of do the right time when people still try and appreciate it, and then off.
What about forgetting? It's a lot to take on because you're doing like a 2-hour set, and you do the songs right without any like promptos. Is that right?
Yeah. It's again. I just try and learn them to the best of my ability, and sometimes you mess them up and whatever. Do you know what I mean? But just try and learn them to the best.
It's hard, it's a hard thing to do because the pressure's on. I mean, to do it, just to play and sing and kind of run the lyrics and also people throw spanners in, don't they? I call them spanners. They come up and say you're singing a song and they go, "Have you got something such and such?" I'm like Susie the Quattros. And you're playing something and they want something different in there, but you want to try and please them. What you say to people like that,
I just say I'll learn it next week for you. You know what I mean? I'll try and learn it through the week. Or I've got to a good point now where I used to start off where I was just doing Frank Sinatra and all the standards and Bublé, and I've really branched out now and trying to do like a lot of singers, and it gets to a point where if someone's asking you for a song, you might not necessarily know the song, but you'll know the artist, and you'll say, I don't know that one, but I can do this one from him, or here. So, yeah, it's just a case.
You've been called, and you mentioned Bublé. Someone said, because I had one of your people that come in and say, where's the Scouse Bublé? It sounds like Bublé. Give me a cry to the river, little girl.
Now you say you're lonely, you cried the whole night through. Yeah, I used to, when I left school.
I just think that, he's sitting on the bus that comes out.
When I left school, he was on the catapult to stardom, like he was on the rise. Went to see him a few times, and he sort of added a new dynamic and a new dimension to these standards. He took like the slickness side of like jazz and made it like it was always cool, but he made it cooler. He
brought it back into light, did he?
Yeah, more like Bonds, like James Bond, that sort of theme. And there's arrangements for some of the tracks with the orchestra and stuff like that are just phenomenal, mate. So,
do you know, talking about Bond, then because I had a vision. It's funny enough that I loved you. And produce a song which goes on a Bond.
Wow, yeah.
Because you got that voice, not that powerful.
That's a dream and a half, mate. If I could even get
that's the sort of that. That's just what you just said. Then that's the sort of style. What's your favourite goal? I was going to say Goldfinger. Mine's Goldfinger. Shirley Bassey. But what's your favourite Bond track?
Oh, that's a good one. Do you know what? From Russia with Love, Matt Monroe.
Give us a little
I don't know enough.
There goes that conversation. Moving on, yeah. No worries, I'm trying to pick it. I'm delving in there.
It's a cracker though.
This is raw, yeah. Because Adele, she recently done one as well. There's the one on Skyfall, yeah. Sam
Smith done one. Funnily enough, I think that Bublé's Feeling Good should have been one. I think the arrangement for that's just...
Feeling Good, what's that going again?
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I... But it's like... Dun, 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 dun. Do you know what I mean? Like really like Bond.
Is that on your feet?
No, but it's not on the CD, but I sing it on my lives quite regularly.
It's on YouTube. Have you got it on YouTube?
I probably have.
Get it on YouTube because he plays that really well. When you get swarmed up, yeah. This is all going good. So, I mean, just to summarise, this is George Gallagher. This is on the spot and putting you on the spot. He's come over, give us a hand, and getting this show on the road and getting people that we love, and and giving us something different.
I've enjoyed it, mate.
It's been a pleasure to come. It's brilliant. I hope you come on.
Sorry to interrupt you. I was just going to say it's been a pleasure, mate. It really has. So thanks for having me, Jeff. Cheers. Thank you,
Georgie Gallagher. GG. I can't wait to see you back in town.
Can't wait to see you.
Oh, exactly. I'll lose a bit of weight. This is the lockdown phase.
I had a lockdown, but mate, don't worry about it. I think everyone did, didn't he?
Takeaways and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But as again, all the links will be down below. And again, if you haven't subscribed yet to Uzi Talking To, we've took the gun down, by the way, because we're getting loads of people going, I don't want to be associated with guns. It's not about the guns. It's just about Uzi.
Yeah,
it's trying to be clever.
Clever, very clever, yeah.
So from me, Jeff, to George.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me again, mate. Appreciate it.
And he'll be coming back on when he makes a Bond hit. Take care. Ta-da. Hey.